Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you all very much for being here. Daniel, Monica, Richard, Mendy, B Sad Dog, Sven, Sean, Lael, Stevie. Welcome, guys. Thank you all very much. Let's go do some fishing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go do some fishing. Just to get things going here. And to kind of sink back into the mindset for hardcore. No falling off mountains, must avoid elevators and boats. Yes, you guys are already full of advice today. I appreciate it. Snickle Fritz, a Gamer28, good morning, good afternoon to you guys. Welcome to the stream. What kind of objectives am I looking at here? Shimmerweed, and we're not going to do any of this stuff yet. Just kind of trying to remind myself of what exactly is in my quest log. We do have some stuff to do back in Teldrassil if we want to do that, and we probably should. We probably need the XP. This was the long way to get to the lake. I could have cut like right through here, and that would have been a lot faster. Yes, this is regular hardcore, not to be confused with the upcoming self-found hardcore. Also not to be confused with the late solo self-found. Yeah, we're on Defias Pillager. And it's a medium population realm still. I was actually surprised. It's not low pop. It's medium pop. And servers these days, they can house so much more like players, you know? So medium pop, that could be like a couple thousand people. It could be a lot of people. It doesn't mean it's a low number. And we have people leveling here in Dunmorrow this morning. So that's good to see. On this character, we are a miner and we are a blacksmith. So, and these are doing okay. We've got them into the second rank, so that's pretty good. We are tracking minerals right now. Oh, that's right, there's only a small area of actual water here. And what else do we have? We have cooking at 80 out of 150. Our fishing is almost, well, not almost capped out, but our fishing is coming along. We don't have first aid, which I guess we don't really need, but it might be a nice to have. Let's see. Yeah, we're holding on to a little bit of linen. Maybe I will grab first aid. I do have a couple items waiting for level 15. We have the Iron Forge breastplate, and we also have the Prospector axe. So, like, very soon, we'll have some new gear. Patrick, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I feel like the music is a little bit quiet. Well, the music is maxed out. Maybe it's my headphones. Maybe I'll just turn it up a little bit for you guys, so at least you guys can enjoy it. Music is really, really quiet for me. Oh, I'm totally blank. We have first aid. We obviously have first aid. It's right here. It's sitting on my bar. I just didn't look at it. We have first aid, and in fact, what tipped me off is that we have bandages. So, yeah, we are good. Although it looks like we are ready to be doing wool, which we don't have any of yet. I'll figure it out. But yeah, there's no way we get killed today. I'm totally awake, alert, and attentive to all the important things. Justin, good afternoon. Parkow, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Lori, good afternoon. Yep, we're back to hardcore today. Yes, indeed. Back to regular hardcore. We are not doing solo hardcore. That starts on Thursday for people that are interested in that. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll equip our axe. I want to head over to Brunel Village. I'm pretty sure they have a cook fire. We can cook up some of this meat. Let's try to sneak in here, maybe? Probably not a great idea. Let's not sneak. Let's clear these guys out. Yeah, that's a pack of 4. We don't want that action. Although we could probably take them. I don't completely trust myself to be ready to press the buttons that skillfully yet, so we'll just try to avoid them for now. Should probably roll my camera out a little bit. so I can actually see what's going on around me while we do this. It's going to take a little getting used to. I'm hoping that I don't get killed before I can get back into the mindset for it. While I'm thinking about survival, I'm going to pop all of our elixirs. Will I play self-found? It's not solo self-found. It's not SSF. It's SF. Self-found. There is no solo part to it, from what I understand. Solo implies that you cannot group up in the open world. And so it's not solo self-found. Critical distinction for people. So will I play it though? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, self-found has a lot of challenges to it, and it, like, parts of self-found can make the game less fun. You don't get to interact with the economy. You don't get to use the auction house, obviously. Like, part of the game for me is, like, I look forward to equipping, like, awesome pieces of gear, you know? Even if I have to buy them off the auction house, like, that's part of the game for me. So, I don't know. We'll see. Nothing has occurred to me as far as, like, what would I play in self-found. I would probably do a horde side playthrough, because we've been doing a ton of alliance, and, like, basically 80% of my characters at this point are on alliance. So if I did self-found, I would probably do horde side. I just don't really know what kind of class I would play, or, like, nothing is really, like, speaking out to me. I'm not sure. I have a couple days to think about it. And it depends also if people are interested, you know? If they're interested from, like, a viewing perspective. Unlocked Dragon, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so I could do this. We might as well do this now. I'll have to double back to get the Shimmerweed. And then I think after we get the Shimmerweed, that actually... we might want to do the Shimmerweed first. I feel like eventually we get a kill quest out here for, like, the animals, right? Yeah, we get elder boars, ice claw bears, and the white cats. So let's just take the scenic route here. We'll go back to the Shimmer Ridge. Dustin, good afternoon, man. Welcome. Yeah, Stevie, if I do it, I'll do horde side. Because, yeah, I will say that we've seen a lot of alliance questing recently. Thanks to Season of Discovery, we've seen level 1 to 25, like 7 times. Warrior, Priest, Hunter, Paladin. The Mage got through some of it, the Druid got through some of it, the Warlock got through some of it. Yeah, we've seen, like, the early level alliance stuff like 7 or 8 times recently. So some horde side action would probably be really welcome. It'd be really welcome by me. And probably from a viewer standpoint, like different aesthetics, different music, different lighting, different things to look at. Have I ever tried Lord of the Rings online? Yeah, when it first came out. Back when you were 6 years old. I'm joking with you. I don't know how old you are. Yes, I tried it forever ago when it was first released, actually. My computer at the time could barely run it. I did not have a good rig. It wasn't until, like, mid Wrath of the Lich King that I had a decent rig. And that was only because I was trying to raid, and I absolutely needed it. But yeah, I remember nothing of it. It was fun, you know, we played it for a bit, it was fun. I hear that it still exists, but I don't know if it exists in quite the same way that, like, Elder Scrolls Online still exists and Final Fantasy XIV still exists. I think it, like, has a much smaller fan base. And then, like, a couple years ago, like, Amazon was supposed to be doing a new Lord of the Rings Online, but then they shit-canned it. They realized that they had an MMO, it was called New World, and it wasn't that great, and so their plans for a Lord of the Rings MMO just kind of got flushed, which is probably for the best. Lord of the Rings has about 1k a day, like 1k players, 1K consecutive players, something like that. Yeah, I mean, a playership of a game doesn't have to be huge. If it's a healthy, thriving 1,000 players, then that's great. It's nice to have options. Jose, I agree. From a viewer perspective, hardcore is probably much more entertaining. And from a player perspective, from my perspective, it's much more engaging. Because I actually have to pay attention to what I'm doing. At least a little bit, as much as I can. Oh, that's just on Steam. So yeah, you have to imagine that there are probably plenty of people playing that are not playing it through Steam. So it might even be close to double that, I guess. Can I get to this without sliding off? Even if I slide off here, I'm not going to die. Oh, there we go. We got plenty of room. And what I realized about hardcore, like, over the past few days of thinking about it, was that whereas, like, a lot of players have stopped playing hardcore and they've moved on to other things, I still feel like it's probably entertaining from, like, a viewer perspective. It might be that hardcore is actually, like, more of a spectator sport than it is an actual activity that most people should directly engage with. That was one of the thoughts that kind of brought me back. I thought, like, I wonder if people would just appreciate being able to watch some hardcore, even if they're off playing other versions of the game that they're more invested in, maybe they would want to watch it. So that's why we're here. And honestly, like, as far as Classic goes, it's, for me, the most immersive way to play the game. Even though there's not really, like, any thought of Endgame, like, I get more into my characters and I care more about the progress of the characters in hardcore than I do in any other version of the game. Maybe for me it's because there isn't an idea of an endgame that I'm trying to get to. That could be, like, why I enjoy it so much. It's been a long time since I've been an endgame oriented player. And part of me wonders, and I get questioned all the time, why do you have so many alts? Why do you have so many low-level characters? Don't you know what endgame is, bro? There's an endgame, you get to it, and you play the end. Like, I get that all the time, and it's true. I haven't really been able to care about endgame since, like, it was Legion and the beginning of BFA that I had to quit my old raiding guild because I was traveling a lot for work. And I couldn't continue to, like, square the two things. And at the time during Legion and BFA, what really killed me was that you had to grind AP. You were supposed to be on every day, clearing the world map of World Quest every day to raise your artifact power, or then in BFA your Heart of Azeroth level. And if you weren't doing that, then you were made to kind of feel like maybe you weren't helping out the raid as much as other people. So yeah, ever since then, like, it left such a sour taste in my mouth that, like, I couldn't raid because I didn't have time between work and travel to be on everyday grinding World Quest infinitely. And after then, I never had an interest in endgame again. I had a great guild. I raided with them from Wrath all the way to the first tier of BFA. And when that was over, I never really got back into it in any version of the game. Dustin, I think that maybe why people are maybe leaving SOD and coming to, like, Classic Era, if they are doing that, would probably be some of the issues that I've had with the season. I think in WoW, like, having your progress artificially stopped, like, ultimately feels weird, you know? Like, saying, like, oh, I leveled to 25 and that's it, or I leveled to 40 and that's it. I feel like that's weird for people. It's weird for me. I don't particularly like it. And then I think people are annoyed by rune acquisition, so they play less alts than they might otherwise play. Like me, for instance, if we didn't have to worry about acquiring runes at all, like if there were just no runes, okay, and you just went to your trainer and you learned all of your new abilities at certain levels, I would have probably leveled every class, at least to 25, and I probably would have leveled a lot of classes to 40. But what really puts me off, and I can't be alone in this, is I find acquiring runes really effing annoying. It's not fun for me at all. I dread it. And that's why I'm not playing Sod, and that's why I don't have any real interest in like pushing any other characters forward with any kind of rapidity. Like I'll probably get a 40 leveled up on Lone Wolf, but I don't feel the desire to push for it. And I think people kind of get attached to Classic Era, and they're like, well, I can go to Classic Era Realm and I can just level to 60, and I can just have my class. I can have my whole class. I can get all of my abilities as I level up. I can respec when I want to. I can try the different specs without worrying if I have the runes to do it properly. And so yeah, that's why I think people might be trying out regular Classic Era. I don't know, see for me, like I don't have an interest in regular Classic Era Endgame either. And so if I'm gonna play regular Classic Era, like I'm gonna play hardcore. Because yeah, it's all about the journey. And hardcore makes the journey so much more of a meaningful journey. It would be hard for me to play regular Classic Era without it being hardcore at this point, I think. Tweety Bird, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. That one is way down there. Maybe I'll jump down that way once we're finished. We need 2 more Shimmerweed. Yep, yeah, we're back in hardcore, Amy. So if you hear me cry out, then, you know, you'll know what happened. Not that I plan on losing a character today, or in this very cave right now. But yeah, if I start crying out in anguish, you'll understand why. We're on a relatively low-level character, which is gonna make it easier for me to get back into this. Alright, I think I do want to jump off this side. I think it's pretty safe. We could bubble if there's any doubt. 5-minute cooldown is not bad. No, I think this is fine. Yeah, we're good here. He's gonna do solo self-found. He's gonna add the solo restriction to the self-found. Because, like, I don't think that the in-game thing they're adding is for solo self-found, is it? It's for just self-found. Like, you can't use the auction house and you can't use the mailbox. And you can't trade, but I don't think it's solo self-found. I don't think Blizzard is doing anything to restrict grouping. That was one of the things they said they would never do. They said they wouldn't do anything really to restrict grouping. Because it kind of went, for them, it went against, like, the spirit of the game, sort of. If I do a self-found run, I will probably be doing it solo self-found, honestly. I will probably be adding the additional restriction that I'm not going to group up with people in the open world. I think what we'll do is maybe we'll use the old, like, Bloodsail Buccaneers method. Where, like, we only group up with people if we're doing a dungeon. I don't know if I want to limit myself to the whole like roleplay thing, to the whole like one boss kill per character. I don't think I want to do that. Maybe it does have that like kind of like a roleplay aspect to it. Like a character can only kill a boss once, because how could a character kill a boss multiple times? Like it has that going for it, which is interesting, but I don't think I don't know if I want to limit myself quite in that way, but I think I will do solo in the sense that like I won't group up in the open world. And we'll just kind of take it from there. We could do a completely solo run, like where we don't do dungeons. Which would be okay with me at this point, because we've been able to do a lot of dungeons in SOD. Especially like leveling the Paladin up, all I did was dungeon grind basically from like level 25 on. So I wouldn't mind like not doing dungeons. And hardcore dungeons are a good way to get killed anyway, so maybe we could do just complete solo self-found where we don't group up with anybody ever at all for any reason. Because if we're gonna do self-found already, like, we might as well go all the way.
Interest ya in a pint? Be good. Watch your back.
We have to take this barrel back before we get the kill quests. Strange. I don't even think I'm not set here, am I? No, I'm set to Goldshire. Okay, well, in that case, let's knock these out first before we go back to town. And we'll just kind of go from there. Oh, we leveled up! Hooray! Okay, we got some stuff, though. We got the Prospector Axe to equip. And we have the Ironforge Breastplate to equip. Oh, it looks like the Shining Silver Breastplate. Nice. Okay, and then at level 16, we have the Rough Bronze Leggings. So yeah, we're looking pretty good from like a gear perspective. As far as weapon skill, we've been using axes, so we're we're not maxed out, but we're good on it. We don't have two-handed swords yet. I need to train that. We don't have one-handed. I haven't trained in Stormwind at all, apparently. That's the problem. How does it feel playing the classic hardcore Pally after playing a retail Pally? Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good, because like I don't have to push a ton of buttons. They're both different, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like the retail Pally, you got a lot of buttons to push all the time. You got holy power. It's a different game, you know? But I like it. I don't mind having like an auto attack build in classic. It suits me just fine. Dustin, take care, man. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, let's go do the gnome stuff and the troll stuff while we're out here. Oh yeah, when you did one dungeon per character, like you never got gear. You just weren't gonna get gear. You had to like just kind of absolve yourself to that fact. But when you did get a gear drop, it was super meaningful. That was like the other side of that coin, is like you're very likely to do a run and get nothing. But if you get something, it feels so good to get a good piece of gear off a boss that you know you can only kill once. So, you know, it's gonna feel really bad or really good. And for me, it never feels bad. Like, I don't ever expect to get gear, so when I don't get gear, I'm not shocked. It doesn't feel bad. I'm just like, oh, okay. Mainly when I do a dungeon run, I'm looking at the quest and I'm looking at the kill XP. So as long as the kill XP is there and no one's breaking the kill XP, then I'm happy enough. Joshua, Priest is a very good hardcore class, yeah. I lost a 25 undead priest to the Undercity elevator, and it was really sad. It was the first character that I was like, yes, this character is going to survive, this character is going to go all the way, this character is going to... And then we went splat. The worst part about it was, like, I wasn't streaming that, I was doing recorded series only, and I died off recording. I was just trying to get to the Zeppelin Tower that day to get back over to the Barrens, and I was eating a sandwich, and I thought, I'll just walk myself to the Zepp Tower, and then I'll press record. And I died on the elevator. mouthful of sandwich and everything. It was bad. And then I had to make a little video explaining why I'm so stupid. And that was really embarrassing. And people were like, we were using the add-on back then, and everyone was like, don't count it, don't count it. Like, everyone loved that priest, and I loved that priest. And people, like, kept trying to convince me to not count the death, you know? They were like, keep going. I'm like, I can't. The character died. Can't keep, it's against the spirit of hardcore to keep going. Buffalo Bill, good morning, man. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, I should have interrupted that one. Strength reduced by 2. Oh, it's only 5 minutes. That's not bad. Am I gonna do another priest someday? You know, I might do the priest on self-found. If I do self-found, maybe I'll do another undead priest. It was the one time that I actually I liked being an undead on that character. So yeah, maybe we will do it. Cause like for self-found, you don't want to rely on you don't want to be a weapon wielding class in self-found. Like you don't want your damage to rely on a weapon. So you are better off to go on a caster. Because with a caster, as you level up, you're going to get spell ranks, and new spell ranks are going to be responsible for most of your damage. Like in Classic, there is no like spell power for the most part at low levels. Like every once in a while you get a piece of like plus frost gear or plus shadow gear. But like your intellect doesn't factor into spell power at all. So like gear doesn't really help you do more damage most of the time. So yeah, casters are better for self-found. We can do tailoring and enchanting to get the greater magic wand. And then we can drop enchanting for skinning. So that we can just sell stuff. And then we have to hope to get Cookie's wand out of Dead Mines, basically. If we can get Cookie's wand, like that'll hold us over for a while. Buffalo Bill, have I been enjoying last Epoch? Yes, I have. I'll have another episode going up this afternoon. I know I was off it for a few days over the weekend because I had other stuff going on. But I am enjoying it. Now not a ton of people are watching it, so like that's okay. Like I'm gonna keep playing it for now because I am really enjoying it. And yeah, I want to try to finish the story at least. So we'll see. Unless the views on it drop into like the double digits, I should be able to keep playing it. It should be fine. I'm really interested to see the story. Like it's like, the gameplay is good. Like the gameplay's fine. It's ARPG gameplay. You know, they throw tons and tons of enemies at you, and you spin to win, and like you hope that things die. So you know, it's not like the most thought-provoking combat. It's not. I don't think it's meant to be. But the level design is nice, like the areas are really beautiful. They have a lot of variety in them, as opposed to a game like Diablo, where you get like the same color palette throughout the whole game. And the story seems really cool, and so I'm really in it for the story and the lore at this point. I can stop killing these guys anytime I want. We are done here. John, happy Monday, man. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's go over to the trolls. Down this way. I think I'm somewhere around that same level. I'm not very far. I've only played like a handful of hours, I think. I think what I need to do with Last Epoch is I need to carve out like a chunk of time and just play a bunch of it. Typically I don't really record ahead. I like to record like one day ahead so that I can get feedback on comments and stuff. But I think with Last Epoch, I think I'm just gonna play a bunch of it, and then like maybe that'll help me get more and more into it. And then I could just have all those like recorded ahead, ready to go out whenever. Do I enjoy SOD? I've had some fun in SOD. I haven't been enjoying it as much recently for a variety of reasons. That's why I'm playing hardcore instead. Oh yeah, it's much better than D4. Absolutely. Yeah, that was evident. Like when I played in the .9 patch, like that was already clear enough. Much more appealing to me than the aesthetic and the story of Diablo 4. There looks like there's a lot of ore in here, so I might do some additional clearing to get most of this ore. These guys can't really do a lot to us. We're pretty high level to be here, but that's okay. Oh my god, my inventory's full. Oh no, it happened so soon. I've had so many opportunities to vendor stuff. Okay, we don't have a cloak equipped, so there we go, that's something at least. What else can we get rid of here that's not really worth anything? We don't have a lot of junk. We can drop the silver leaf, it's only worth 10 copper. We are gonna need to vendor very, very soon. But yeah, there's really nothing else I want to drop. Ugh, okay. Alright, let's just head right back to town. We shouldn't have to do anything on the way. So we could stop by Brunel Village and Vendor, but I don't think we have to. I think we're good just to run back to Keranos. Guess what? When your inventory's full, you can't mine. Let's drop the mild spices. That should be okay. We'll pop the scroll of protection. That'll free up another spot. Kate, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Alex, good morning, man. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Here there.
Alright, we need to do a little bit of work on professions. We need to cook, we need to smelt, we need to do all that stuff.
What can I do for you?
Before we head back out and do anything else.
Safe travels.
Where is the forge? I believe it's in this building, isn't it? Blacksmithing area. There we go. I'm just gonna smelt all of this. That's really what we have to do. And we could chill here for a minute. Could be a good time to check out Wowhead, see what's going on in the world of Warcraft today. There was a Season of Discovery interview about PvP, GDKP ban, and the future. I think I read this one. Yeah, 40-player raids will likely remain 40-player raids, but Blizzard is aware that some players prefer the 10-player level-up raids currently in the Season of Discovery. Blizzard still won't fully reveal the plans for post-Season of Discovery, but hinted at maybe an exciting future. It's really the only classic news today. Radon, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so what are we gonna craft? Not daggers, we don't have light leather. If we come down here, we could make 8-chain belts. That could be good. What else? Do we need to make rough grinding stones? I think so. Like, we might even get some skill ups off of this. So let's make all of these before we do anything else. Devin, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we have to visit the mining trainer. I think we can learn smelt tin at this point. Not that we're finding any tin yet, but we probably will be soon enough. Do they have a mining trainer somewhere here? I feel like they might have one over at the depot. I'm not 100% on that though. Alright, and yeah, I guess I will just make the 8 copper chain belts. And, well, we can equip one of them. It looks like it'd be an upgrade. And then we'll sell the rest. And we'll see if we can train anything else. Marson, good afternoon. Welcome, buddy.
How are you?
He has nothing else for us, and he has nothing else he can train us, so we need a higher level of blacksmith. We need, like, the next rank of guy. So we can't do anything else there. Let's go ahead and sell what we just made. Let's equip one of the belts. And we'll sell everything else. I can probably sell this. Yep. We're holding on to the level 16. The small lustrous pearls, I don't need these, but I should maybe put them on the auction house. I feel like tailors use these in a couple of different recipes. The stringy wolf meat, I could... Well, I thought I could cook it. Apparently I can't. I'm gonna sell it. And then, am I holding on to the tiger's eye and the malachite? Do I need these for blacksmithing? Or is that more of an engineering thing? So if I don't need them, I'm gonna vendor them. Alright, we need to do our cooking next. I'm assuming I can cook right here. I can't. This fire does not qualify as a fire that one can cook on. We'll have to visit the inn. Glenn, I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream, man. I have a face. It's good that I have a face. Life would be weird without it. For better or worse, it is the one that I'm stuck with.
How are ya? Off with you.
Snap says there's no way you're making it to 60 without keybinds. What? I have keybinds? I don't know what. Maybe we're talking about different things. I have lots of keys bound. On the Paladin at level 15, there aren't a lot of abilities. You might not have noticed that I'm also using a macro for my judgment and my seal. But you're right, if I didn't have any abilities bound, it would be harder to make it to 60. Yeah, I mean, I won't make it to 60 anyway, because a lot can happen. But, you know, I do have keybinds.
What can I get for you today?
I'm gonna sell all the lower level potions. I don't think I need these. We have 5 of the bigger ones. You know what? I'll keep one stack in case of emergencies. I'm gonna sell the malachite and the tiger's eye. I don't think I need it for blacksmithing. Let's see. Let's sell the fish we've cooked. We don't really need it either. The bandages we don't need. What else can we get rid of? I think that's about all we can do. We're carrying around a lot of elixirs. The alternative is I can send them to my mail alt, my mailbox alt, but I think I'll just keep a hold of them. There we go. That's about all we can do. We've got 36 empty slots. It's gonna have to tide us over.
See you soon.
Need assistance? You have a great day now. Be seeing you.
Alright, what do we have to do with the stout? Take it to Mountaineer Barley Brew. This guy's in Lock Modan. Okay, so that's done. The report goes to Iron Forge. And then we have the stuff out here at the quarry. Maybe we want to do this? What else have we got going on? We've got Darnassus, level 12, silvery spinnerets from the named spider. We had mossy tumors that we out-leveled. I don't know if I'll go back to Teldrassil, though. I think the next time we head to Kalimdor, we'll be questing in Darkshore. But then again, it's like, some of this is like free XP. So maybe I should do it. It's a lot of traveling for what's going to be 2 quests, though. You know, I think the time that we spend traveling, we might be better off just grinding on mobs. And we would probably get more experience grinding than we would going off and doing those 2 quests. So I think for now I'm going to head over here. We'll do the quarry stuff. And then I'll decide where we want to go next. Lock Modan, we have lower level stuff in Lock Modan. We should also have like a cooking quest and a rat ears quest for kobolds. Unless I did those already. I really don't remember. It's been ages since we've been on the character. No, we haven't done them yet. That was some more blood sausage and rat catching. So yeah, maybe we go right into Lock Modan a little bit. Red Ridge, we're still too high of a level for. Westfall, we're at a good point to do some stuff in Westfall too. So yeah, we got plenty of green quests all over the place. Yeah, Layla, everything's good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, there's a little bit of clipping with the weapon, huh? Like, yeah, our elbow's going right through the blade. Yeah. It's a giant axe. They didn't account for the size of it. I'm not sure. We could probably kill this elite. I think we can. Yeah, let's kill the elite. Worst case scenario, we should be able to jump off and we can leash them by jumping down. But we're level 15, the mob is like level 11 or 12, so we should be okay. Yeah, we'll go do the lower level stuff in Lock Modan, just like the level 12, the level 11. We'll do those 4 quests, and then we'll head to Westfall. And then we'll do all the lower level stuff in Westfall, and we'll see where we're at that point. We'll want to go back to Darkshore around like level 16, I believe, to not miss anything in Darkshore. This is the Prospector Axe, which I believe is just a random world drop. Yeah, it's a good axe though.
Welcome. Keep your feet on the ground.
I was looking at prices on the auction house for like weapons and armor, and stuff is not incredibly expensive. It's not incredibly expensive, especially for like a paladin. We don't have to worry about saving up the 100 gold for the mount cost. So we are free to basically spend our money how we want. And stuff is pretty affordable actually. Yeah, I've learned that you gotta get Darkshore in. Well, you don't have to, but it makes your leveling easier once you get into like Stranglethorn. You're like a higher level. Yeah, we have to do it. Where's the little pathway? Right here. We also did Teldrassil. We did a lot of Teldrassil on this character as well, and that also will help to get us ahead of the leveling curve. I got lucky, and I think I either got escorted over there like really early on. I forget how we did it. I think someone escorted me to the boat. So we are already like quite a bit ahead of the leveling curve. Alright, we got potions. We could probably do a grindstone on the axe. We could probably pop our last food here for the food buff. Drag that off the bar for now. The Scroll of Spirit's not going to help us too much, but we'll pop that as well. And yeah, we should be good. That was really easy. So, yeah, he's only level 11. There's also copper here, some maybe on the outside. Ashbad, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I am doing well today. Yep, it's a beautiful day outside. Took my little dog for a walk this morning. I got a workout in, and now we're playing hardcore, so it's been a really good day.
Hi. Off with you.
Do we need anything from this? It doesn't seem like we need anything. We'll take the mace to sell it.
Watch your back.
And we'll sell it right back to this
How
guy.
are ya? Watch your back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of tired of SOD, but I wanted to play Classic Era. And for like whatever reason, hardcore is always the most immersive form of the game for me. It's the form of the game where I get the most into my character, where I care the most. And there's no endgame, so that's good too. Sorry, guys. I have some food here my wife brought me. And we needed to chat for a second. So I might be eating this food soon. Very soon. It's soup, so it's probably pretty hot. It probably has a couple minutes to cool down. And then I'll eat as I play, but I'll turn my camera off. Am I a fan of Under Armour? No, I hate it. I'm a fan of being comfortable, so I usually just wear whatever's comfortable. I'm a fan of being able to do my workout in whatever clothes that I'm wearing that day, and then to continue just wearing those clothes for the rest of the day. That's what I'm a big fan of.
What's on your mind? You got my attention.
This guy has a quest, but it looks like, yeah, it's a lower level quest. We're still going to do it because we're going to be in there anyway. We just might not get a lot of XP from it. Pewter, it's soup out of a can, man. Give me a break. give me a break. Soup out of a can. She's got a life. She's got what you'd call a real job. No, she's not slaving away in the kitchen making me some homemade soup. Not that she's never done that before, but nah. It's like Campbell's Chunky, bro. And like a deli meat sandwich. So, yeah, there's love in it, but no, she doesn't slave for me to any of that nonsense. She's got herself a real job, stuff to do. What was that? Oh, okay. What type of workout do? I lift weights. I have dumbbells at home. Sometimes in life I go to the gym, but I haven't been to the gym in like a year and a half. So I just lift at home. Is it common for women to work in the U.S.? Stop it. You gotta stop it. It's probably innocent ignorance. But yeah. I'm not here to teach us about American culture. It's common for people, it's common for humans in America to work jobs, yeah. It's common it's common for the people in America to want to have careers and do meaningful things with their lives as much as they can. Absolutely. And that applies to all the humans in the United States. Like, most of us want to be gainfully employed, or at least feel like we do something that has merit. Now, there might be some non-humans that live in the United States as well. I can't really verify. But like, all the humans that I've ever met have had goals, ambitions, and all that good stuff. Yeah, America was like that once too, when everyone was a chauvinistic asshole back in like the 50s and 60s. Yeah, like, yeah, we used to be like that too. Because we used to be a bunch of right dicks. But now we have this thing that's called equality. Yeah, and we've been enjoying that for a while now, thankfully. There's like, yeah, there's, I don't know if there's a joke, but it's, there's something, yeah. There's something there. I don't know what it is. You gotta stop. I gotta, like, I just can't. I'm not, because I feel like I can't. No, I can't. I'm not gonna talk about these things. Nah, I'll pass. I'll take a hard pass on all that nonsense. It could just be, yeah. You should Google. You should read a little bit about America. I'm not here to school anybody. Not on that level. When like the ignorance of the culture is like that level, like I'm not really here to school anybody about it. And yeah, I just can't. Yeah, apparently it's a different world, and I just can't. I can't square the two things. So, yeah. I guess I don't like even like accidental chauvinism. I don't know. Like, I get it. Maybe that's how things are. Apparently, it's something that I don't want to deal with. Like, there's lots of things you could have said. You could have just left it where it was and just been like, oh, do women work? Okay, I understand. Instead, you listed very like chauvinistic, sexist places where you would presume women work, and that didn't seem like innocent ignorance to me. That seemed like intentional bullshit chauvinism. Maybe designed to piss me off, because it worked. if that was the case, because you really could have just left it where it was. And I think you understood, what I was trying to get across when I was talking about equality and all that stuff. But yeah, instead you listed like some bullshit chauvinistic things, like fashion design and childcare. Like, come on, give me a break. I'm not that dumb. Not gonna have it. Not gonna have it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have a new ban policy. The new ban policy is if you say something that really bothers me, I just ban you. And like, I'm not gonna worry about where it comes from. I'm not gonna worry about where the thought or where the idea comes from. I don't care. If something really bothers me,
Off with you.
I'm just gonna ban you. And that way I don't have to run the risk of dealing with it again. And I guess at this point, like, I don't care if it comes from ignorance or if it comes from like just straight up differences. If something really bothers me, I'm just gonna be done with it. That's the new thing. Yep. And I feel like I gave it a way out. I gave you a way out to not get to that point, but you took it there anyway. So yeah. Any tips for new players? Don't play hardcore. If you're a new player, don't play hardcore. And if we're just talking about WoW in general, my advice for new players would be to try different classes. Yeah, try it before you like settle on one character and spend hundreds of hours on one character. Try a bunch of different classes, and see what you like. That'd be my first tip. Just try a bunch of stuff. My second tip would be like take your time with the game, especially if you're playing classic era. Like, there's not really a big rush. You're gonna have a big long journey. All right, so I think now we're gonna head out to Lock Modan, and as we do that, I am going to turn my camera off so I can eat some food. So that is what I'll be doing. Mike, you started playing hardcore as a new player. I'm sorry. Some people really enjoy the hardcore challenge. Like, maybe that's just a part of your nature. But I would never recommend it for new people. It just wouldn't be like what I would recommend. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm gonna eat. I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Here there. Watch your back. Be good.
Oh, the axe wasn't luck. No, this one was gifted to me, but you can find them on the auction house. Remember, in this version of Hardcore, you're allowed to use the auction house and trade with other players. And so I did not find this myself. This was given to me by Alex, actually. And I'm assuming that he got it off the auction house. I'm assuming. Maybe he did find it, but I didn't find it. Well, we pulled 3 of them. 3 of them should be okay. We don't want to pull any more than 3, so let's back these guys off just a little bit. We'll back them up over here, and we should be okay. Would I ever do an Iron Man challenge on retail? No. Probably not. Of all versions of the game, retail is the version that I die in the most. Also, it just doesn't really seem interesting. And people often ask about like Wrath of the Lich King hardcore too. Like, would I do a hardcore run in Wrath? I would if there was like an official like hardcore server type. Pinned comments. Thank you, Amy. Boop. No, I don't think I'd ever try the challenge in retail though. Yeah, Iron Man, it was a different challenge too. Like Iron Man was only equipping like white or gray items, I believe. So Iron Man, I think, was a little bit different than just the hardcore challenge. Like before there was like the hardcore add-on, there was Iron Man challenge, there was Green Man challenge where you only equip greens. And then those kind of like went away as soon as there was like the hardcore add-on, and that was like a big thing. Yeah, no one really talks about Iron Man or Green Man challenges anymore. The idea of just not dying is already like challenging enough for me, I think. Like the idea that in a game that's literally designed to kill you at every turn, you just can't die. Like that's already enough. I don't. Oh God. Oh no. Stay away from me with your train of mobs, please. Oh, you sneaky little bastard! This guy buffed me. You guys saw this sneaky shit, right? He gave me this buff because he has a train of mobs on him, and he thought like maybe I can get this guy on my aggro chain. It didn't work. Don't buff somebody or run at somebody when you have a train of guys. It's really rude. Really inconsiderate. He cast this on me to see if he could like drop some aggro onto me. I don't appreciate that kind of behavior. Is hardcore dead, or are there lots of other players? There seem to be enough other players. I don't know. The thing about hardcore that you have to understand is like the higher level you get, naturally the less people are going to be around anyway, because like the average character dies at like level 7. So like as you level up, you're just going to have less people. In Lock Modan, I got 16 people on. You know, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. It's not a ton of people, but it's some people. He was like, hey, I buffed you, now come help me. I was like, nah. Not with a train. If it was like 1 or 2 guys, I might have helped him, but... I mean, we see some player. We just saw a player who tried to drop aggro onto us, so we come across people. But the way you know you're succeeding at hardcore is like you get to a level where like nobody else is at. So eventually, like, you know, the game's gonna be empty anyway. Yeah, it's not bad. It's, like I said, it's not bad, especially considering that most people die, like, at level 7. That's where most characters stop. This whole area here seems like really sketchy to me. I don't really know if I want to insert myself into that area. Do the hardcore servers have people on? Yes, they do. They have people on. It's a medium population server, which means there are probably thousands of people that still log in frequently and play. I know that like the overwhelming consensus is that like hardcore is dead. Hardcore is much more dead than it used to be. The important thing to remember about hardcore is that like it's not for everybody. it's not for everybody. And the big draw of hardcore for a lot of people was being able to play in classic era. You know, to do something a little bit different in classic era. And now people that just want to enjoy classic era, they have SOD. You know, they have SOD. Some people are playing on the regular classic era realms. And so like you've probably seen the days of like hardcore being like super busy. Those days have probably come and gone. I do think that hardcore is shifting more towards like a spectator sport, you know? Like not everybody plays football, but lots of people like to watch it anyway. And I think that hardcore is shifting more towards that. Where like people who want to enjoy classic era, they have different versions of the game to do that in. But they still enjoy like watching someone else play hardcore. And so yeah, which is great. Because some of us, like me, like I don't mind dying hundreds and hundreds of times. It doesn't really bother me. You know, I can invest a bunch of time in a character, I can level up their professions, really get immersed, and then die. And then we can go again. Like, I don't really take it personally or get too upset about it. But that's not the case for everybody. Obviously, some people get really attached to a character and really can't, like, stand the thought of just losing the character. And so they might play hardcore, like, a couple of times, they might try a couple of runs, but ultimately, after losing character after character, like, most people are going to go back to other versions of the game. Let's round these guys up so I know exactly what I'm working with here. Let's pop a potion because we are in somewhat of dire straits already. We'll stun this guy. We'll focus on the scout. If we need to, I can heal. I'd like to heal after I kill this one. Assuming he doesn't pull a bunch more. We got one guy here on us now. Let's go ahead and pop this heal just to be safe. Okay, we're good. It's way more fun to watch than play. Yeah, I think for a lot of people that's true. And a lot of people who they like watching, a lot of people did try it, you know, when it was super popular, when it first came out, a lot of people did go and they tried their hand at it. And then I think a lot of people had their fill of it, and now those people are playing SOD or they're playing other versions of the game. And that's absolutely okay. Harry, good afternoon, man. Gabriel, SOD ain't vanilla. Yeah, that's true. It's not vanilla, it's classic era. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not vanilla. By classic era, I mean it's the 1 to 60 leveling experience. No, it's not vanilla at all. But some people like that. They like that it's classic era, but that it's a little bit different. Let's loot the chest. It's weird, I saw this chest and I was like, maybe there's a waylaid supply in this chest. Thank God there's not going to be a waylaid supply. Thank God, it's just going to be junk. That's so good. Just give me the junk, don't give me any waylaid supplies. We're done here. I don't have to keep killing these guys. In fact, I should go turn the quest in. These scouts, man, they have such a long range. I'm going to pull way back here. And that way this guy follows us out. We got this guy on the road who's probably going to join. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to take them all out. Mike Oz, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by. I am glad you are enjoying the hardcore action. Yeah, we played some retail, we played some SOD. Like, ultimately, I always feel like I get more immersed and more into what I'm doing when I'm playing hardcore. And we had a nice long break from hardcore. So, it's nice to be back. I did kind of burn myself out on SOD. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm gonna try to keep leveling the priest. But I'm not going to focus like really hard on it. I'm not going to go hard trying to level it. I would like to get it to 40 like before the next band opens up, but we'll see. Alex, you miss hardcore? It's still here, man. Yeah, you can still come back and play. Like, how many level 40 characters do you need to have in SOD, you know? Eventually, when you go to 60, you're probably going to have a main. You know, you're going to have one character that you probably focus on. Because supposedly there will be a lot of endgame stuff to do. I will get up this hill and I will mine the node. Even if I have to kill every trog in my way. Oh, you only have the pally at 40. For some reason, I just like every time I see you on a character, I assume that it's 40. Like whenever I see you talking guild chat and SOD, I assume that all your characters are level 40. I don't know why I have that assumption. Yeah, you know, there's only so much time in a day. Yep, that's true. It's not going to get any easier. You know, eventually you're going to have Cataclysm to consider. Eventually you're going to have maybe War Within to consider. Like, it's not going to get easier to decide how to divvy up your WoW time. It's just going to get more challenging. You're going to have more versions to play, and you're going to have the same amount of time to play it. Do I have a 16 hardcore yet? No. We have a level 48 hunter who's still alive. And I had a level 48 paladin on Bloodcell Buccaneers who didn't die, but I had to retire him. But yeah, 48 I believe is our highest level. We've gotten every class killed many times. Many times.
Hello. Safe travels.
Do I think the paladin is less fun without runes? No.
What
Nope.
can I do for you?
I'm the kind of person that I love a good auto attack build.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Like, part of what I love about Classic is, like, not having to press a ton of buttons. So the fact that I don't have Crusader Strike doesn't bother me. The fact that I don't have Divine Storm doesn't bother me. I have versions of the game where I can play that class. That's the great thing.
Well met.
Like, I'm currently playing a Paladin in retail, and obviously it feels a lot different.
Safe travels.
But when I get on the Classic Era Paladin, there's really just something really special about it. And the special part about it comes in its simplicity, I think. And so no, I really appreciate how simple it is. I have a macro, so like I don't even have to refresh my seal. I judge, and then the macro refreshes the seal for me. So I've taken a 2-button rotation down to a 1-button rotation, which I like. I don't mind focusing mainly on auto attacks. We're not going to do the level 15 quest now. We're going to go up to Thelsamar, we're going to grab rat ears, rat catching, and we're going to do the cooking quest. And then after that, I think we need to head to Westfall. Yeah, honestly, after being in SOD for so long and like playing a handful of classes in SOD, I really started to miss their classic era equivalents. I started to miss just having the classic era class, training all my abilities at the trainer. Like, that's what I started to miss. I started to miss this while playing SOD, you know, like a lot of that was because of rune acquisition. Like, if I had just like gotten to train my abilities at a class trainer like a normal person, then maybe I would not have felt that way. But yeah, I just started to miss the classic era version of the classes after playing so much SOD. We're holding on to the pants still, and for a couple more bubbles, we'll be able to equip these soon. The leather I should hold on to. I think we need this to make weapons, so I'll hold on to some of it. I must have looted it out of a chest. The bottle of Dalaran Noir. I feel like we probably out-leveled that quest. I have the Noir, I have the Shimmer Stout. That's not for the same quest. I'll hang on to this for now. I'm not sure if we're going to need it.
See you soon.
Yeah, I would almost like, you know, maybe for the next season, maybe if there is ever another season, maybe they don't do as many class changes and they focus on like adding things to the world. Maybe they focus on adding new quests, maybe they focus on adding new 5-mans, maybe they just add new content, new gear, focusing on like a season where the gear is exciting in Classic Era would be really interesting because, you know, usually you do low-level dungeons and stuff, like the gear's not that exciting. So, but maybe they kind of like leave classes alone a little bit, or maybe if they want to do class changes, they have to approach it differently. Like, I don't ever want to collect my abilities again. They did it in Season of Discovery. I just hope that whatever they do next time, we don't have to keep going around collecting our abilities. Even if they want to do class changes, I'd rather they handle them differently. I'd rather they just make class changes, you know? Like make talent tree changes, make class changes.
See you soon.
Don't make me go find my abilities,
Keep
please.
your feet on the ground. See you soon. Safe travels.
Adding more classes, yeah, like adding a classic version of the monk, classic version of the Death Knight. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that like they showed a good ability in SOD to design new specs. You know, they designed the Warlock tank, they designed the Rogue tank. So they know how to design like a classic feeling class. So they should try to make classic versions of the monk and a classic version of the DK. That level from level 1, obviously. And that would be really, really cool. And then that could go live on a Classic Plus server. So that that lives forever. It's not something that's just like in one season and then gone, but you design it for a season and then it just lives on a Classic Plus server somewhere.
Hello. See you soon.
And maybe they could experiment with like the idea of subclasses. You remember like Final Fantasy XI, how you had a main class and then you picked a subclass, and then you got some abilities from the subclass.
Hi. Watch your back.
The idea of having a subclass in Classic Era WoW would be really cool. Like, obviously, it gets to a point where like it gets hard to balance these things, but you have to kind of let go of the idea of balance when you want to make like really cool, drastic changes.
What's on your
Letting me build my own character, like telling me I have give me 3 talent tree slots, and let me pick from any of the talent trees in the entire game. Give me like 4 weapon specializations and then let me pick from those, and then let me choose my stat priority. Like let me build a character from the ground up by choosing my specs that I'm gonna have access to, and the weapons that I'm gonna be able to use. Yeah, that would be really cool. Like let me build my own class basically by using the talents and ability trees that exist in the game. That would be like way too like big for them to probably ever do, but it sounds really cool. What do I think about Raid and Dungeon Finder in Classic? Well, you know, the Dungeon Finder is already in Wrath Classic, and it works really well. I think in Seasons of WoW they should have the automated tools, not for raids probably, but for 5-mans. I think when they're doing Seasons of Vanilla of Classic Era, they should have the LFD tool, just like it is in Wrath of the Lich King. But in regular Classic Era, no. Like it shouldn't be a part of Hardcore or like regular Classic Era. But I feel like it would work well in Seasons. In Seasons, like a lot of what people did in the season was all they did was farm dungeons. Like that's really all people wanted to do after level 25 to level up. And so giving them the Looking for Dungeon tool would help out a lot. And then in Cataclysm, we're getting Looking for Raid. So in Cataclysm Classic, we'll have the LFD for dungeons, we'll have Looking for Raid. I like Looking for Raid because it lets people who would not be able to raid. You know, like solo players, people who don't want to be in a guild or don't feel like they can be in a guild, they get to have a way to do the content. And giving players the way to do the content is a good thing. Add guild banks, yeah, adding guild banks to all versions of Classic would be great. Yep, the guild bank thing is huge. Absolutely, like especially in Seasons of WoW. Like yeah, add the guild bank, add LFD if it's seasonal content. I don't know, like maybe you do, maybe you add looking for raid as well. I don't know. The raids are not that hard. It's a seasonal model, so yeah, like adding LFR could be okay. I feel like in a season you can do anything. Like there's no reason why summoning stones can't be turned on. There's really no reason why the automated looking for dungeon tool can't be in the game. There's really no reason why LFR can't be there. When it's a season, you know, like why not have these things? Why not have them? And make gear more exciting. Make the gear better. Make more changes to gear. And just like, you know, it's a season, so have fun with it. Give people more ways to have fun with it. Like we'll always have classic era and hardcore where there are like minimal changes, right? Those versions of the game, they're not going anywhere. So having a bunch of quality of life stuff in seasonal content would probably be a big win for players. Instant mail, yeah. Having mail instantly would be great. Yeah, I should be able to mail myself stuff and just have it. Bringing the war bands, like the concept of like all your characters sharing stuff. Like automatically, like that could be cool. A combined bank or something. Back in the day, it might have been intentional. It might have been purposeful. Like back in 2004, it might not have been possible for everyone in the game to like be mailing themselves things instantly. Like that time might have served a purpose when it comes to like server load and stuff. Back in 2004. But obviously, like in 2024. Not so much. There's no reason why we can't have instant mail. It doesn't do anything to like... It doesn't add to the spirit of classic that I have to wait for my mail. You know what I mean? Like no one says, you know what just really screams classic to me? The way you have to wait for mail. I find it really immersive how you have to wait for your mail. Said nobody ever. He had to know he wasn't going to get that cast off before I hit it. He had to know that. There's no way that he didn't understand it. If it was really immersive, you just would never get your mail. Yeah, or somebody would steal it out of your mailbox. The mail would always be bad news. You would never want to open your mail anyway. Somewhere really close, there's ore. But it might be up top here. I'm not sure how I can get up there. Yeah, it takes 3 to 5 days, unless you pay more for shipping. You know, you can get it shipped in 24 hours. But you gotta pay extra silver. In Guild Wars 2, when you get mail, a pigeon flies to you, even if you're in the water. Rip my immersion. Oh my god, they broke my immersion. How can I get immersed? The bird is in the water. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's one way to handle it. In Final Fantasy, like, how is mail does like a Moogle run up to you and give you mail in Final Fantasy? Or are there mailboxes? Oh, maybe the Moogles are the mailboxes. I can't remember. Like, I can't remember ever getting mail in Final Fantasy XIV that I cared about. Oh my god, we leveled up. Thank you. I didn't even notice. Let's put these on. Level 16 pants. There we go. We're looking good. We also have a talent point. We went into Holy for Divine Strength, and then I think now, though, we go into Retribution. Although I am... No, see, I'm going to do a Seal of Righteousness build, so I'm going to go 5 points in Improved Seal of Righteousness. And then we'll come over and we'll grab Blessing of Might, and maybe Benediction. We're not doing a Seal of Command build. We're going to do Sanctity Aura, and we're going to do Righteousness. Because that is just what I like to do. We have 2 points to spend, actually. There we go. Apparently I didn't put the level 15 point anywhere either. It's not bikini-fied enough yet? Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's not a bikini. Oh, there are plenty of... We will equip plenty of pants that are actually, like, bikinis. I promise. It's gonna happen. Like, half of the chainmail and plate in Classic Era when put on a female character becomes basically nothing. Like, same thing with the chest pieces. Like, yeah, in the better the gear, the less it actually covers up. That's like the difference between 2004 Blizzard and 2024 Blizzard, where like all characters are completely covered head to toe, from neck to ankle. Every player character has to be completely covered by the gear, and they can't show any skin at all, because God forbid anybody think that anyone at Blizzard thinks that human beings can be attractive, because we can't go down that road again. So, yeah. A couple of scumbags at Blizzard ruined skimpy outfits for the rest of us normal people. You know, who aren't doing like cubicle crawls and like molesting people at work. They ruined it for everybody, because now they don't feel like they can make anything even like remotely look good on any character. You just have to cover yourself up. Some of the stuff on the trading post is okay, but most of the gear you get in the game just is very bland and covers you up completely. It's very boring. To be fair, it happens in all Western media nowadays. I feel like that's not untrue. I feel like that's not untrue. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's okay, like, on American TV, it's okay to show, like, horribly graphic violence. Like, the worst kind of violence you could ever imagine or wish to not imagine. But God forbid you show some side boob. You show some boobs, and it's all over. But yeah, like a dude can get his brains splattered out against the wall and it can all be shown in graphic detail as long as it's after 9 p.m. That's absolutely fine though. Like, what is more harmful? What thing is more psychologically damaging? Seeing a boob or like watching graphic violence? I have a feeling it's probably the graphic violence, since most people will experience boobs and most people will not experience graphic violence. That's just my take. Yeah, most other nations, they don't handle things the same way we do here in the States. Yeah, we're very judgmental of each other, and so, you know, if someone chooses to like show those things, we make a lot of judgments about the kind of person they are. So yeah. I'm not going in here yet. We can get a quest to go get miner crates, but I don't think we should be doing that now anyway. Let's head back out this way. We'll focus on some of the animals, and we'll find some kobolds somewhere else. How is hardcore different from classic? Well, it's set in classic era, so like the time period is the same, the questing is the same. The difference is if you die, you don't get to res. That's what's hardcore about it, is that you have a one life character. And if they die for any reason, that's it. Character cannot be rezzed on this server. You have to go again. Yeah, you stay a ghost. Or, to be fair, they do let you transfer your dead character off of the hardcore server and onto a regular classic era server where, if you so choose, you can continue your journey. So you don't lose the character. You just can't continue on the hardcore server once you die. Yeah, there's going to be a self-found option. It's not in the game yet. And what people need to keep in mind when we're talking about like the self-found option that happens this Thursday, it's not solo self-found. So we have to stop calling it SSF. It's not solo self-found and it's not SSF. It's going to be self-found. Self-found, which just means that you can't use the auction house, you can't use the mailbox, and you can't trade with other players. But there is no solo. There's no solo caveat to it. That's an important distinction to make.
Be good. Watch your back.
And on the regular hardcore mode, you can use the auction house, you can trade, etc. On Thursday, you'll have the option to have a character that is a self-found character that can't do those things. The res spells just don't work, I don't think. Yeah, but they didn't replace them, no. And I think you can still train them. Like, you shouldn't train them because they're a waste of money. But I'm pretty sure that you can still train them if you want to. Which, if you then take the character to a different realm, you're probably going to want to have the res. Like, if you're going to take the character and play it off the hardcore realm. Roger, I agree. Yeah, level scaling is not great for an RPG. Level scaling in an RPG takes away one of the fundamental things that makes RPGs great. And for me, that thing was if you're not able to defeat an enemy, you can go level up on easier enemies and you can come back to a fight and then the fight is easier because now you've gained levels and the enemy has stayed the same level. I agree that level scaling is good because it lets people do different varieties of content, but level scaling is inherently just kind of bad for RPGs because it takes away one of the fantasies of an RPG and just the reward that you feel when you have out-leveled an area. And the fact that you can become more powerful than your environment is kind of inherent in like a good open world RPG, in my opinion. This is not solo self-found, and there is no solo self-found. On Thursday there will be self-found, but that also will not be solo self-found. When we are playing self-found, it will be in the title of the stream. Whereas right now the title of the stream just says official hardcore. If we are playing self-found, or if we are imposing the made-up solo self-found rules, that'll be in the title for sure, so that everyone knows what we're doing. Official self-found option comes out on Thursday of this week, I believe, the 29th. I'm still like a little on the fence about self-found, but I think maybe we'll try it and we'll see if anybody likes it. We'll see if it's something people enjoy watching, and we'll see. For like self-found, I think I'll probably have to do a caster, so maybe we'll do a priest. And if you guys like it, if it's interesting, then we can do it. But I'm also really digging this paladin, so I don't know. It might have to share the spotlight a little bit. But I am definitely ready to get back into more hardcore. Like, we had some fun in retail. You know, I've got the retail characters that I want now, I think. Like the Demon Hunter I found really, really boring. I know people love the Demon Hunter. To me, it was very airy and very, very kind of just boring. I don't have a better way to describe it. I think between the Paladin and the Mage and the Shaman and the Warlock, I think I'm good on characters that I might take into the War Within. So I think I'm good on retail leveling for now. I really had a lot of fun on the Frost Mage, and I'm really having a lot of fun on the Pally. So like, I'm pretty sure like both of those characters are probably going to go into War Within. So I'm definitely at a point where I'm ready to dig into like a lot more hardcore. And I'm kind of like, I'm not like done with SOD by any means, I don't think, but I don't think it's going to be like a daily play for me. I think for me, SOD is going to be like when the feeling strikes me, then I'll level my priest a bit. But I don't think it's going to be like a daily thing for right now. It just doesn't, I don't get as into the character, and I don't get as immersed as I would like to. Yeah, I had a Tauren Druid once. He died around level 25 or 26. But for a while, he felt invincible. Until like 7 or 8 dwarves with torches all hit him with fireballs at the same time, and then he melted. He felt invincible right up until that moment. I was going bear mode. I was like putting like hots on myself, going into bear mode and just like tearing stuff up. And we were having a great time until we got melted. The first time we streamed... Oh, the first time we were on the Mage, yeah. I don't remember the first time we streamed a Mage. The first time I played a Mage in hardcore was a Troll Mage, though, and that was a recorded series. We've done 2 Troll Mages. One of them was a recorded series, and one of them was a stream. The one that we streamed died in Skull Rock at like level 15. It was really sad. But the one on the recorded series made it to like level 25 or 26. And then I died in Hillsbred Foothills by trying to run into the town hall building over and over again and expecting a different result. And I got myself killed. A human mage? Yeah, it's possible. We probably had a human mage that we played on stream. I got a human mage killed a few months ago at level 20 because of a server lag. Server lagged out. I logged back in as soon as I could. Character was dead. It was the first time that's ever happened to me. Speaking of hyper spawns. I got here a couple seconds too late. They've already killed everything. We've got a human priest and a dwarf warrior running around killing everything over here. See if we can get to the spider. Oh, he got to the ore. Can we get in here and tag this once? We cannot. We did not get a single tag. And we lost the spider because we lost focus. Yeah, we got what we deserved there. The drop rates for the blood sausage quest are horrible. Yeah, they sometimes are. This one actually hasn't been too bad. There have been many times when like one of the types of meat simply doesn't drop, where you'll get all the other ones and then you'll get nothing from like one of the creatures. This time at least it's been pretty evenly spread, so we're not doing too bad. We are getting low on coffee. We'll have to take a little 10-minute break soon to fix that little situation. Yeah, I mean in Classic Era I don't mind it because kill XP accounts for so much of your overall XP gains that sometimes it's like an enforced grind. You know, there are times when you should grind, and like a lot of these quests that have low drop rates, they just want you to grind. And I'm okay with it on most classes. Especially like a paladin class or anything that's more of like an auto attack class, then I don't mind the grind. The grind gets hard on classes that are mana reliant. You know, like if you're trying to grind a bunch of stuff on a mage at lower levels, you're drinking like every other pull, it gets pretty tedious. But when I can keep my mana going, when I don't have to stop to heal myself, when I don't have to stop to get my mana back, I love a good grind. Also, context. And honestly, like, I kind of don't mind the reduced player count because we don't have as much competition for mobs. There are enough people around that we see people, but there aren't an overwhelming number of people around. So there's plenty of available mobs and tagging opportunities. And you know what? They probably don't have to use layers anymore. You know, for a while on the hardcore servers, they were just making a bunch of layers and everyone was split up on the layers. Now they probably don't have any layers. You know, I can't imagine that you would need layers for 24 people. The funny thing is, I don't do the elite quest anyway. Like, ever since hardcore came out, I have skipped most of the elite quest. You know, I got used to skipping them on Bloodsail Buccaneers when it was solo self-found and we weren't allowed to group up in the open world. I just got used to not doing them. And we do enough zone hopping that we stay ahead of the leveling curve, and very often I won't do the elite quest. I think like just recently I did the ones here in Sod, but that had been the first time that I had done them in a very long time. What I might try to do on this character is like maybe if we can out level the quest by like 4 or 5 levels and make it green, then we could probably try to solo some of the elites. I remember on our Bloodsail Buccaneer pally soloing the elite quest in Alterac Mountains for the ogres. We just had to kill a bunch of ogres and we just kind of like took our time, and we had a couple of close calls, but we were able to solo it. So that might be a cool challenge, just to try to solo the elite quest. Yeah, I think I will try to solo some of them. The ones here are what level? Did I grab the ones here? Level 19. So like when we're like level 25, 24 or 25 would be a good time to come back and do this. So I'm going to put them in my log so I keep track of them. We need to get to Ironforge soon. And, well, fishing is fine. For some, no, we're fine. I thought this was mining. I just wasn't looking. I saw 73 out of 75 and I got worried. We're good on mining. We're good. We're good on everything except fishing. Alright, we got all of our ears, and now we're looking for one more piece of bear meat. And after that, I think we'll be headed to Westfall. Red Robin, good morning, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Chainblaze, I don't think those tests look for nicotine, my friend. Unless you're talking about something else you might smoke, and then yes, it would. When you do a test like that, it's looking for certain substances. So nicotine is not one of the things they're looking at. But yeah, if you're talking about the other thing, yes, they're absolutely going to show up. Same thing if you were to imbibe it orally, it would show up. Yeah. It's a strange question, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Yeah. I live in a state where that stuff's recreationally legal, so it's okay. Now I don't know if many workplaces still screen for it or not. I haven't had to worry about that in a long time.
Great to meet you. Be good. Keep your feet on the ground. See you soon.
Let's do some professions. Yeah, we have a ton of ore. Oh my gosh, we have to vendor first. Let's see, is there going to be a forge? Yes, there's an outside forge right here.
Well,
Let's sell all of our junk to the... Now, I can't sell any of the meat. No, wait, we should be good now, right? Yeah, we should be fine. We could use the spider legs to cook, so maybe I should go do
keep your
that.
feet on the ground.
We can cook all the food, and then we can sell the food, and then our inventory should be in better shape. Yeah, who doesn't love a good chewy spider leg, right? Mmm, delicious. Yeah, night elves eat weird stuff. That's kind of off-putting. Like, they eat spider legs. That's like a delicacy. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. No, I don't get it. Nope, I'm not gonna eat a spider leg. The thought that the spider is big enough for you to eat the legs is already disturbing enough. It's pretty gross. Oh, I never got my last bear meat. That's the problem. Okay, yeah, I never got my last bear meat. I'm living in a fantasy universe where I've completed this quest. But that's not the case. We never completed the quest.
I've the finest wares in the land.
The item did not drop. Alright, well let's go kill another couple bears and we'll see if we can get it. Before I accidentally sell all the meat in my inventory and have to start over. You wonder if they taste like crab legs? I mean, I think that's kind of like the idea behind them, right? The idea is like, well, crab legs, spider legs, they're like similar, but one lives in water. They're both gross. Like, I'm not gonna eat crab legs either. I don't like things in the water that crawl. I don't want to eat something that crawled out of the water. If it's fish, like I'll eat fish. I love salmon. But I don't eat crawly things. So I don't eat crab, I don't eat shrimp. I don't like it. It feels wrong. Did those have plus stam on them? I probably should have kept the kebabs. If I didn't even notice if they had a buff on those at all. I probably should have kept them. Maybe I'll be able to buy them back if they have some kind of spirit or stamina buff. Because I didn't really look. TJ27, I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. There we go, that was the last of the bear meat. Probably 2 stam. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Right now I have nothing. So I should probably buy them back. Also, I'm noticing that all my elixirs are out. I'm gonna wait on these though until we're in Westfall and we're actually doing stuff. I feel like if I pop them now, I'm just kind of wasting time on them. This character is a blacksmith and a miner. Yeah, we have mining blacksmithing on this character. Which is like not a typical choice for me. Like I really don't know what I was thinking when I did it. but apparently I kept them up pretty decently. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep going with it. Usually I'm really bad at blacksmithing because it gets to need a lot of components.
Well met. Keep
A
your feet
lot
on the
of,
ground.
you need a lot of copper. Like you have to
Safe
farm like so much
travels.
copper, it feels like. But I'm gonna try to keep at it because maybe eventually we'll make some gear we can use. Alright, so that's turned in. That means I should be able to sell the rest of the meat that I don't need in my inventory. Let's see if we can
I've
buy
the
back
finest
those
wares in the
kebabs. Yeah, here we go. 2 stamina and spirit. I'm gonna buy those back. And we'll put them out on the bar. We can sell the intestines. Actually, if I hang on to... Do I need intestines for like the cooking quest in Westfall? Maybe I'm gonna hold on to my meat for now. And we'll see. Crisp spider meat. Yeah, I should probably just... I'll hold on to all my meat for now. Let's go across the way and we'll do a little bit of blacksmithing. Copper should be pretty cheap on the auction house. That's a good point, yeah. If I need copper, like, and we don't want to go farm it up, then I can just buy some. That being said, we're finding a lot of copper, so it might not really be an issue. Keep any boar meat, yeah. Intestines was for the quest I already did. There's not another one, like in Red Ridge or Westfall. Is it snout? We need snouts and livers, right? Westfall is snouts and livers. I know some of them can like apply to multiple quests, so I'm always hesitant to sell them. Yeah, I don't think I need any of these for cooking though. Like the boar ribs, maybe I need the boar ribs. I can't open 2 crafting windows at the same time. Wouldn't it be cool if you can open multiple crafting windows at the same time? So that while you're doing one profession, you could be looking at another profession? That would be cool. So I need snouts. So if I'm in Westfall and I have an excess amount of snouts, I should hang on to them for when I'm in Red Ridge. I will try to remember to do that. This dwarf priest has engineering. It's a bold choice. I think for now we just keep making the chain belts. It takes 6 copper bars. That's not bad. We'll keep doing this as long as we can get skill ups for it. Which probably won't be for too much longer, actually. That sounds cool, Alex. Tooltip profession icons. Adds an icon for professions or question mark. The item is for a quest. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I kind of like that. That could be some good, like, quality of life. Let me see if I can find it. I remember the time in Duskwood when I sold the coyote steaks like 6 times. I kept farming them up and then I kept selling them. And then I farmed them up again, then I would sell them again. I did it literally 4 times. It was pretty sad. I got a lot of updates that need to happen here. Okay, let's see. Browse for add-ons. Ooh, that's not what I want. Tooltip, profession, icons. Probably all one word. Ah, yeah, I can't spell, apparently. I'm not finding it. I swear I'm typing it correctly. I need an easier way to search. If I just search tooltip, there we go, tooltip, item, icon. I see tooltip item icons. I don't see tooltip profession icons. Maybe I haven't looked enough. Alright, let me just try to copy that. There we go. Thanks. Found it. Let's do reload. That's really weird. I installed it and then I did a reload, but I don't see it. I will have to look at that later. Let's see. Everything, all the profession stuff is done. We did all of the blacksmithing we could do. Let's go ahead and sell the belts. We'll get them out of the inventory.
How are you?
We could probably do some bandages. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't even see it in my add-on list. I've been having a weird issue with getting new add-ons to work. This is the second add-on that I've installed fresh that just doesn't seem to show up in my add-on list in the game at all. And I really don't know what's going on with it. I'll have to take a look at it. Because yeah, I installed it through CurseForge, obviously. Like, it's installed now. It's up to date, obviously, but it's not listed when I go to the menu and I look at my add-ons. Did you see it in the list? I didn't see it. Maybe I'm just blind. We'll take another look in a second here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might have to log out and look at the list on the login menu. But I'll give it. Monica says she thinks she saw it. I'll give another look here in a second. As soon as we finish these.
Be good.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay, so it should be working then. It's installed, it's checked, we did a reload, and so now it'll work if I have anything in my bags, which right now, I guess I just don't have anything. That would be marked. Alright, let's jump on a flight here. We are gonna head over to Westfall. And I am gonna go AFK in flight. I'm gonna refill my coffee, refill my water, stretch my legs a little bit.
How are you?
That is what I'm gonna do. How long is the flight gonna be? It's gonna be a 5-minute flight. I might be gone a little bit longer than 5 minutes. I'm just gonna call like a 10-minute break, and I will see you guys when I get back.
Off with you.
And we are back. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. What do we have going on here exactly? Gortus livers, pocket watch, and Westfall stew. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's grab a couple more. Now, I think I'm gonna ditch the stuff over in Darnassus and Teldrassil. I don't think we're gonna go back and do it. The next time we're in Kalimdor, we'll be going to Darkshore. That won't be... Well, you know, we could go to Darkshore, like, soon, actually. Okay. We are gonna do, like, the green stuff here. And then if I want to go to Darkshore, like, I have to do that really soon. Otherwise, we're gonna lose a bunch of stuff. The reports, I never turned that in. I really should have stopped and turned that one in. It's not going to be worth a lot now. Okay, so that looks okay. Let's drop this. Okay, now we're good. That being said, we'll grab the People's Militia is also level 12, so we'll try to do all the green stuff here, and then we'll head to Darkshore. Cam Spidey, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream.
King's honor, friend.
Appreciate you being here.
Be careful. Well met. Light bless you. Greetings.
I'm not gonna grab all the quests because we are gonna need room in the quest log once we get to Darkshore. But I will grab the one for the red bandanas, since we'll be getting those when we're fighting the trappers and the smugglers.
What can I do for you?
I think I'm also going to set the Hearthstone here. The Hearthstone is still set to Goldshire, and Goldshire doesn't really do us a lot of good, so let's set it here, and then maybe we'll leave it set here so that when we travel, when we travel to Kalimdor, we'll have an easy way to get back.
Safe travels.
Sounds good. Oh, okay, Alex, I do see what you're talking about now. Yeah, leatherworking, and then it lists all the different profession icons that it can be used for. Blacksmithing, engineering, leatherworking, and tailoring. Okay, awesome. That's pretty cool. Same thing here. Yeah, blacksmithing, leatherworking, tailoring. Very nice. Yeah, I like that. That is an add-on called Tooltip Profession Icons. Tooltip Profession Icons. It's all one word. Item Tooltip Profession Icons. Yeah. Item Tooltip Profession Icons. All one word. Because why have multiple words when you can just have one word? We are gonna help this guy. Not on my watch. He almost got killed. He got away, thankfully. I don't think he really needed our help. He was able to get away, but man, he got pretty close to getting killed by that elemental. Speaking of that elemental, he's level 19. He could probably still be dangerous to us. I need to find him and put a skull on him. Yeah, he's orange, so we'll probably try to avoid him. We could probably kill him, but I'd rather not have to test it. It also marks items, apparently, that are used for quest, which helps me because I have a bad habit of selling animal parts that we need for quest. I have a bad habit of vendoring them. So, yeah. So now if we hover over it, it has an exclamation mark under the name that reminds me not to vendor it. Anita, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it seems very useful. Slowly over time, we're building up a catalog of like useful add-ons that are not too obtrusive, but that really add to the quality of life. I like most of the add-ons that we're using. Oh, these ones are level 14. We should probably be focusing on the ones that are young flesh rippers that are level 12. But we'll kill these. It's fine. Oh, 1 second, guys. Before I forget, there is one thing I have to do that I meant to do when I came back from break, and I didn't do it then, so now I have to do it now. 1 second. And we'll just hope that I don't get killed while I'm standing here. Should only take a second. If I want to put up a Last Epoch video later, I actually have to drag it onto YouTube and have to tell it to upload. There we go. Now there might be a Last Epoch episode later. I will let that go. Like that. Okay, sorry. Meant to do that before I came back on. Alright, that's all the vulture meat we need. Now we need a bunch of livers. And yeah, livers and then murloc eyes and okra. Alright, the okra we're going to get from the lower level mechanical harvest golems. And we're also looking for bags of oats. We found a blue leather bag, which would be really cool, but we already have mage wheat bags. But a decent find anyway. I will probably send that over to the bank alt. You know, for a future character. Could be useful to somebody. Let's utilize the vendor here.
Greetings.
While we are over this way. So I don't need the intestines at all. The boar ribs I will be able to cook eventually. Spider meat I need. Rough stone? I don't really need rough stone anymore. I think I can vendor the rough stone. And probably the rough grinding stones can go also. The eggs I may be able to cook. No, they're not worth skill ups. So let's sell the eggs. Apparently we might need these for blacksmithing, it says, so we're gonna keep the pearls. The buff food, if I was using buff food like I should be using, that would be useful. The boar meat, we're not gonna get skill ups anymore, but we should cook it before we sell it. And I think it'll sell for a little bit more. Those can go, this can go. Flask of oil we'll hang on to, that's for a quest later.
Go with honor, friend.
Jerry, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. What server are we on? We are on the Defias Pillager server. This is a hardcore server. US East Defias Pillagers. Is it US East? Yeah, it is US East.
Need help?
I'm gonna sell this for now. I feel like we might have out-leveled the Dry Times quest anyway. But I hardly ever do it. It's taking up space in my inventory. I'm gonna vendor it for now. We can, if we want to do the quest later, if I'm wrong about the level requirement, we can do it. We can buy it later.
For the Alliance.
Dry time's level 15. Okay, so we're not out of range for it. I'm probably just not going to do it. I hardly ever do that one. Same thing with the running around to all the towns, like the messenger to Stormwind, messenger to Westfall. Like, it's a quest that I should do, you know, but I typically skip it. What happens is I keep putting it off, and then eventually I do outlevel it. That's what really happens. I procrastinated it right out of getting XP for it. See, that's the same thing. If I'm not going to do the Dry Times quest, then I don't have to worry about keeping a hold of my hops. That's the other thing. So that's kind of like it's another reason to not worry about doing that quest. Is that then I can just vendor all my hops. Oh my god, we're floating. I can just vendor all my hops and I don't have to worry about it. I might be lazy and just skip it. We'll see. Yep, good old tag. We got to make sure that we call tag when we approach a mining node so that nobody else tags it ahead of us. We learned that lesson once, and we'll never unlearn it. I am getting lucky with the oats. The thing about it is, you know, there's not a ton of people here. Well, there's 23 people here, you know? It's enough people to be populated, but it's not enough people that these are farmed out. So, you know, they've actually been there for me to find, which has been a nice change of pace. Usually I struggle with them. Part of the struggle seems to be other players. Let's head out to get the pocket watch. We should be able to find more boars and more oats on the way. And eventually we'll have to jump down and go after the Murloc Eyes. In fact, let's go after the Murloc Eyes first. That way it's already taken care of. That guy ran right by us without aggroing. That was really weird. Maybe he had just spawned back in. I don't know why he would, like, he ran right through us and he was not interested in fighting us at all. Alright, these guys are not, they're not, we can't catch them. We have to let them go, and we have to trust them to come back to die. Because we absolutely are not ever going to catch them if we can't stun them. We can kind of like anticipate when they're going to run and the direction they're going to run in. Yeah, if we move right away, we can get them. Yeah, they're called coast runners, brah, coast runners. They're going to run really fast. Yeah, they are very aptly named. Yep, it's like the striders in Darkshore. The ones that can run so fast that you literally can't catch them. Like mobs that run away that fast are super annoying. And they can get you into a lot of trouble. And we have to get up here and get this ore. There we go. There we go, that's 3 out of 3 eyes. Let's get away from the coast, and we will head, I think it's over this way. Somewhere in this direction for the pocket watch. We might get lucky here. Someone might have just killed the people inside of this house. Oh no. We do not want to fight you. We do not even have the quest for these guys. I purposely did not pick up this quest because I don't want to fight these guys right now. We'll do it when we're a much higher level, after we've done some stuff in Darkshore. I didn't even see the player there till they knelt down. They grabbed that one from right out in front of us. I meant to pop these elixirs and I never did. Obviously, like, it doesn't matter too much when we're fighting green mobs, but you know, if anything were to go wrong, I would definitely blame myself for not using these. Let's also do the sharpening stone on the axe, and we'll do some buff food, and maybe we'll pop this scroll just to get it out of the inventory. I need to pick up some more weak Troll's Blood Potion. That's gonna be the last one that we have. If we can find one more handful of oats, we can go turn both of these in right now. But are we going to find more oats up here? I don't see any. Aha. I see it.
Hey there. See you around.
How are you? See you later.
Hey, very nice. Level 17. Let's see. We are going into Improved Seal of the Righteousness. There we go. 3 out of 5. Getting 2 levels today. That's not bad. Was the tag an add-on thing? No, the tag is a macro that I have bound down here. It's, I guess, well, inside joke. It's an inside joke to the people who were there when it happened. The TLDR is that I was in a cave. Actually, it was in Westfall, I think. It might have been the mine over here. And a player was fighting like 2 or 3 mobs they were standing like by a mining node and they were fighting a bunch of mobs. So I walked up and I mined that node. Because, you know, if you're in combat, someone could walk up and they could mine the node. And I was willing to share. If he had killed them, he could have got a couple hits in. But I mined the node and he kind of like raged at me. And he was like, that's my node. I claim that node. I have it tagged. And I was like, no, you were fighting mobs. You didn't have anything tagged. There's no tagging. And so ever since that day, when I ran into that player, I made this macro. So that I too can tag nodes and tag things in the game. And then when people are confused, I can say, what, you don't know about tag? So that's what that's from.
Go with honor, friend.
Hey there. See you around. Be careful. Farewell. Well met.
Yeah, it's obviously super smart. That's the way the game is played, right? Now I know. Like he taught me that day.
Well met.
That all you have to do, no matter how many mobs you're fighting, like all you have to do is say tag, and then no one else is supposed to grab the node. So I just make sure I follow the proper etiquette now that I know. Before I was ignorant, so what I found happens is that it really does throw people off. It confuses people. So if I hit this, as me and another player are approaching a node, they will stop. And because they're like, oh my god, someone's talking to me? Oh no, they're talking to me. And they stop, and then I get the node. And so it does serve to distract people, and it causes them to hesitate long enough that you can usually grab something if you're competing for it. It's like psychological warfare. You know, they're startled because somebody in the game is talking to them in /say. It's worked to our advantage a couple of times.
For the Alliance. Need help? Light bless you.
Man, these Gore-Tusk livers, man, they just don't want to drop today. Let's head over to the other side of the road. Maybe we'll have better luck farming over that way. We still need 4 of them, and then we have to go after... We have to go after some Defias. Did I not grab the quest for the Defias? No, I have it. I just must not be tracking it. Oh, there we go. It just stopped tracking for some reason. Scared me for a minute. Complain and then get drops? Yeah. Yeah, if you want drops to happen, just like complain about how you never get things to drop. Although that time I did complain. It was light complaining. Yeah. I said, let's go try the other side of the road. And then we did. We did have better luck. I said, let's see if we have better luck. And it turned out we did. Yep. You just gotta talk about it. There we go. Yeah, we got the rest of them like back to back. Sometimes that happens. I like it when you go for a long time without getting any drops, and then all of a sudden they all drop back to back. That happens like so often. And yeah, usually at that point you start talking about how like, or thinking about how like, oh my god, it never drops. It doesn't drop any. And then all of a sudden you get them all back to back.
Hello. Safe travels.
Let's do a little bit of cooking. I'm gonna cook all these and then we'll sell them, and we'll get a few skill ups off the Longjaw Mud Snappers.
Greetings.
And then the snouts I'm gonna hang on to because I think these are a quest objective in Westfall, or rather Red Ridge. I know where I'm at, it's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Ridge has a quest for snouts, so we'll try to hold on to these. We'll sell old Blanchy's blanket. The boar ribs, did I get a recipe for that now? Mild spices, okay, cool. He doesn't sell mild spice, unfortunately, but we should be able to find someone back in Sentinel Hill that does. And then we can get these cooked up. And then I can sell the crisp spider meat I don't think I need. The okra, we've already done that quest, so we're good on the okra. The Westfall stew, this has no buff associated with it, so I'm going to go ahead and sell it. The agility stam leather we don't need. The intestines I feel like I could probably sell. Unless we wanted to make the blood sausage, but I don't think I'm going to be farming that up. That's like that's too many ingredients to really use that for skill ups, so I think I'm just going to sell the intestines. We're going to keep the oil for the quest at the lighthouse. And we're going to sell the hops because we're not going to do that one. This is, we need to make sure that we're keeping our food buff up at all times. We have so much buff food to eat. Alright.
Be careful.
That should be good for now. Let's find some Defias to fight. And we'll work on getting those done. The one in Red Ridge is from Greater Gore-Tusk, and it might be a different item. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I'll hang on to it for now. And then, you know, worst case scenario, we sell it later. There's a reason for this. You guys will just have to trust me. You guys, you'll have to trust me on that one. I don't feel like I have to explain it. You'll just have to trust me, and know that it had to happen. There were actually 2 different reasons why that had to happen. And I'm not going to talk about either of them. I'm so used to this area being completely farmed out. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. I'm used to like having to fight for mobs. It's really interesting to not have to do that. Is Sod dead now? Auntie, no. No, Sod's not dead, man. Sod's still going. We're only in phase 2 of Sod. Sod's not dead. I'm burned out on Sod. I wasn't having the greatest time with it. And I would rather play hardcore right now. That's all. It's just a me thing. Most people are still really entranced by Sod and have been having a great time. I'm the exception in this case, I think. Probably not the only exception. There are probably some people who feel what I feel. But I'm just kind of burned down on it right now. I'll go back to it eventually. I played a little bit the other day. You know, I jumped on a priest. I leveled up a priest for a little bit. And I just decided that, you know, hardcore is much more immersive to me. I always feel like I engage better with the game when I'm playing hardcore. And I also think hardcore is more fun for you guys, which is also really important to me. My rotation seems much simpler than a retail primordial. Yeah, I would say so. That's kind of an understatement, but yes, I call it the auto attack build. I macro my 2-button rotation into a 1-button rotation, and then I just rely on my auto attacks. And I really enjoy it. Paladin is probably my favorite class in Classic. It's just like the Classic Paladin is just kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect for me. I enjoy the retail Pally too. They're different games, so. But yeah, obviously the retail Pally has lots of stuff going on. Like my Pally tier list is Classic Era Pally, Wrath of the Lich King Pally, Retail Pally, Sod Pally. There's my Paladin tier list. Yeah, I mean, hardcore has stakes. Like people like it, especially people like watching it because it has actual stakes. I like playing it because it has actual stakes. It's more powerful. It's a more powerful version of the game when there are stakes involved. I like how we need like a handful of trappers, and the game, obviously the game knows this, and so the game has spawned in all smugglers for a minute. I'm assuming that means any second now it's gonna spawn in like a huge wave of trappers. It's gotta balance out eventually. Here we go. So it begins. Will we eat this buff food? No, we will waste that buff food. We will try again with the buff food in a second. The Priest Base of Arcane Wrath. That's a little bit confused. A little bit confused. I could see like Priest Mace of Shadow Wrath, but probably not arcane damage. +1 arcane spell damage. Now, when it says +1 arcane spell damage, does that mean that your arcane spells are going to be dealing 1 more damage, or does it mean that when you swing this weapon, it's going to do an additional 1 arcane spell damage? Because I honestly don't know. I always assumed it meant that it would increase the damage of an arcane spell, but I don't think there's anybody that can use arcane spells that can equip maces. So maybe it means that when you swing the weapon, it deals 1 additional point of arcane damage. Either way, it's a weird item. Yeah, but nobody can use it. The only person that can use arcane magic is a mage. And mages can't use one-handed maces. Druids, I don't know if Moonfire is considered arcane, but druids, I don't know if they can use one-handed maces either. Like, no one benefits from this item. Some really weird itemization. Night Elf Priest have a spell that does arcane damage. That's right. Is that Starfall ability or whatever it is? Okay. So yeah, for a Night Elf Priest specifically, it could deal 1 extra damage. Moonfire is arcane? Yeah, but can druids equip one-handed maces? I guess I never tried to equip a druid with a one-hander. I know they can do two-handed maces. I just didn't know if they could do one-handers. I don't think I've ever seen a druid with a one-hander, now that I think about it.
King's honor, friend. Or the Alliance.
You need something? See you later.
I'll grab one of the quests here just to kind of remind us that we have some stuff to do. So we'll hang on to that. Those are both green now, but we are going to have to get to Dark Shore before we do anything else anywhere else. Lael, have a good afternoon, man. And thanks for hanging out.
What can I do for you? Go with honor, friend.
Ooh, nice. 3 stamina boots.
Light bless you.
That was an unexpected upgrade. Very cool. They look good. Let's go over to the forge. I think we can make a couple of copper bars. Yeah, we don't have a lot going on, but we can do a little bit. Did jewel crafting exist in Classic Era? No, not until Burning Crusade. Yeah, you got jewel crafting in Burning Crusade.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
Alright guys, I tell you what, I'm going to take a break right here for today, but I am stuck back into hardcore. We're going to do this again tomorrow, we're going to do it the day after that, and I think we're going to be streaming hardcore for the foreseeable future. So if you like hardcore, it's going to be a good time on the channel. This is the version of the game that I want to play right now. It's the version of the game that I get the most immersed in, it's the version of the game where I care most about my characters. You guys seem to enjoy it, so as long as we're all having a good time, I will be back here tomorrow, picking this character back up, and we will keep going. Thank you guys again for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If you had fun here today, leaving a like, subbing to the channel, that stuff actually helps me out a lot, and I appreciate those that do. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.